Y'all know me, still the same OG, but I've been low-key hated on by most of these with no cheese, no deals, no snowmobiles, and no skis. Mad at me because I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries. Alright, enough of that. I'm not sure I'm a great singer, but probably better at that than rapping. Y'all know me. Anyways, back your favorite super pessimistic trader YouTuber, but I'm just realistic. So in this, I'm gonna break down some truths about how much capital you really need and the likelihood of you actually having an edge. First off, how much capital you need. Most of y'all should not be trading just because you don't have enough, or at least it's okay to be investing in the background, but you don't have enough capital that you should be spending a lot of time on trading, and nowhere near enough capital to think that you can do this thing full time. Okay, so what is a good return? Well, you say, oh, the stock market averages 7%. Okay, that's like a low risk return is 7%. So how much do you need to live off of? Say you're like me and you can live a good life for pretty cheap. You can probably do it for $4,000, $3-4 grand a month. You need $40,000-$50,000 a year. What 7%? How much money do you need with a 7% return to make 50 grand in a year? 100 grand gets you $7,000, right? So what is that? 500, like 600 grand, a 7% return would get you 42,000. And it's not enough because you have inflation, right? So you cannot just be living off of the growth. So $600,000 is not enough necessarily to live off of. Now, and I'm going to come with some positives later. But you say, well, I'm going to beat the market. You can beat the market. So what's a good annual return in trading? Well, a good annual return is any single drawdown is less than half of a portfolio return. So say you have 100 grand and you need to make 50 to survive. And again, let's say you need to make, but you want to grow, so you want 75, right? Okay, well that means if you have like top tier best in the world, your drawdown, you're looking at like a 35% drawdown, right? So what are you gonna do when your 100K drawdown dips to 65K and you're living off of it too? So now it's at like 40K because you're living off of it. You're gonna freak out and see the end on the wall and have to get a job, right? So the point is, you need a lot of money to trade full time, and even then I just don't think it's worth it. When I say trade full time here, I mean to trade as your sole source of income. It's super stressful because you're gonna have big drawdowns, and part of the psychology of feeling financially secure is not about how much money you have. It's not even about how much, it's about having some sort of consistency and also multiple streams. So when you're inconsistent, it creates a feeling of financial insecurity, and I know this because I've felt financially insecure when I have like 10 plus years of expenses in cash because, well, I mean, I still need to work, right? Because it's not enough to live off forever, and then I can risk it in the market, and then some months it's losing, even if you're good. I mean, Richard Dennis was only profitable 55% of the time. So really, if to think you're gonna trade full time, you need to be good and have mid six figures. That would be realistic. Do people do it from less when they gamble a moonshot and create something big? Yes, it's possible. So I mean, you could think with a lottery mindset, but you guys just don't have enough. And I got this question because someone's like, why is your paid stuff so expensive? And I don't know what it costs now, but at the time my system's like $500 for sale, and this is not an ad for my system. And he's asking why it's so expensive. Well, it's like, I've sold it. I've had people like, please, can I get the system for $100? And then I sell it to them, And then it turns out all they want to do is gamble on low cap alts or day trade crypto and high leverage because they don't have much and they're trying to make a lot, and they cannot do it from just sitting back and enjoying a meaningful trend. And then they bring that negative psychology or that wrong psychology to my private group, and I'm like, no, I'd rather charge more so that people who, it's a small drop in the bucket. If you have 50 grand, if you have 50 grand, you're not going to trade for a living, right? But you can maybe trade, invest on the side and have a meaningful return and grow it over time, right? And then $500 isn't that much to you, and then you actually have a chance to benefit because you have larger capital and their psychology is going to be better and expectation is going to be better. So that's the first thing, is you don't have enough capital. Most of y'all do not have enough capital, and it's fine. It's fine. The second thing is most of y'all do not have an edge. Most of you have not only have not done any computer back testing, but are totally unable to do computer back testing. You don't understand who you're up against. The genius of the quants, the hedge funds, teams, really smart people, and you think some basic strategy is going to make money from the market more than buy and hold. You're probably wrong. You probably don't have enough. If you don't know for sure that you've got a computer back tested robust edge, you probably don't. It's way harder to have an edge than most of y'all think. It's not simple. It's not easy. By the way, I'm looking at my back window. If you want to know why my windows are so dirty, it's because I park under a plumeria tree. And the plumeria flowers come down and the sap gets in the window. So even when I wash it every day, it's pretty annoying. Having some kind of carport or something like that would solve the problem, but I don't see that happening right now. Anyways, derailed train of thought. Okay, so back to, yeah, you probably don't have enough capital and you don't have enough edge and you're just gambling. This is the story of most traders. Here's the good news, is that it doesn't matter, because trading's like a siren. It's not real. Most everybody on YouTube is lying to you about their profitability. And even the guys who are making money have terrible lifestyles. You know, I was just talking with a guy today in my Discord, in my Peak Life Club Discord from my other channel. And he hit 8 figures, and he starts his day by spending hours on Twitter because he needs to manage his capital. And y'all don't understand. It's like, why doesn't he just go do something else? Well, when you make a lot of money from trading, psychologically you want to spend more time on trading, not less. Right? It wires the brain to do so. You cannot just make a bunch of money and then walk away. In theory, it's easy, but the way the psychology of it works, it's not how it works, right? So I wish you don't make a bunch of money trading, just like I wish you don't win the lottery, because you're going to have a lot of money. It's going to fry your brain. You're going to lose the money. You spend and lose the money. And your relatives and friends are going to come and want a piece of it. And then you're going to be back to where you were and feel depressed that you didn't take better advantage of it. And then, obviously, one of my favorite stories is the $2 million trade. He made $2 million this year, and he's like, not worth it, mentally ill alone, and don't recommend it for anyone. And people are like, well, I'm mentally ill and alone. Give me the $2 million. Or you could just make money doing something that doesn't make you mentally ill. And when you have adequate capital, I'd say 10,000 is a good amount to start investing with. Maybe 6 figures is a good amount to start. I mean, you just invest them on the side, trade lightly on the side, develop a system that trades lightly on the side, and do something fun with your life. I just don't believe it that we're meant to sit here and play video games and stare at a chart on the screen. And a lot of you guys think, I hear it like, I love the markets, I love trading. I thought I did too, until I realized and studied the same way I love smoking weed, man, or the same way I love playing video games. It's a compulsion, it's an addiction. That's not true love. right? It doesn't make you feel good like it does getting 8 hours of sleep, catching the sunshine in the morning, working outside with your friends, joking, playing with your dog, if you have kids, teaching your kids something, community, having a potluck, getting together, some kind of volunteering, reading a good book and learning something, learning a new skill, which could be trading. I'm not saying that there's no value in trading, but man, keep it in its place. Don't let it take over your life. A lot of y'all are in no position to let it even think about taking over your life. You don't have nearly enough capital. You have no edge. You have no way of even obtaining an edge. Trading isn't for most people. And yeah, just don't even trust. You cannot trust the lie. It's not what you think. And also when you realize that life is, this is my own quote, and I love this quote, is you can pay to see a lion in the zoo. You can only be paid to be a lion tamer in the circus. You can pay to take a rocket ship ride, but you can only be paid to be tethered to the International Space Station in a space chute hanging off the side, looking at Earth, doing maintenance on the side. What I'm saying is, if you pursue immersive experiences, you're going to get paid, and you're not going to have to worry that much about money anyways. Stop worrying about money so much. This isn't coming from someone who makes tons of money or has so much money. My focus is always on do work that I enjoy, get immersed, and the money will take care of itself. And I really believe that. And if you focus too much on the money, you get punished. God punishes you for focusing on money, I think. I'm not saying money's evil. When you focus on money, God punishes you. And that's in the psychology of, man, you make a lot of money, you focus on it. Slowly you quit your job, I don't need to work. You're not learning really new skills. You're just scrolling Twitter for hours looking for confirmation on your positions, and the dopamine's out of control, checking the charts. You're up $1 million today, you're down $1 million the next day. You don't want that, man. I just worked on the boat today. I wouldn't trade my life for any amount of money, right? You gotta understand that money, you want to be good at trading to solve problems, and trading for most of you guys is just going to create problems. There's more direct ways to solve those problems. There's different side hustles where you don't risk losing a lot of money. You could actually have somewhat consistent income. You want to solve your money problems. Trading creates money problems. There's no such thing as being consistently profitable. It's a random thing. It will never be as consistent as a job or most businesses. So yeah, I just had to come in and try to do a little truth bomb. Yeah, I hope you guys can take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Now there's exceptions, but the exceptions are rare. And also people are not that self-aware. People are not that self-aware to know, like, actually I'm not doing that well. Actually maybe I'm not as close as I thought, right? And that's why y'all watch me, because I am self-aware and I'm authentic. Okay. Appreciate y'all. Much love. I'm gonna focus on my dog now.